¿Qué pasó ahí?
Desde el Carrizal, Amine siguiendo esa camioneta.
¿Cuál camioneta? ¿Y para qué son las metralletas, compita?
Alright, so look, whether you're a broke teen like me and you live in Boston, or you're in the mission to save the world by cutting down your carbon footprint, then you're pretty familiar with the T. You know, the best way to get from Fenway Park to the aquarium, and then, you know, hit up the Dunkin' Donuts, because, you know, you're already in Boston, so might as well, you feel me? But if for some odd reason you live in Boston and you still haven't taken the train, or perhaps you're someone coming to Boston, then I am here to tell you what to expect while you take the MBTA/T. But let me tell you, like, this is like a whole Pandora's box when you're riding one of these bad boys. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know if, like, you know, you're gonna have a regular commute, or, like, you know, you might get delayed for 30 minutes or whatever, you feel me? But before we get into the video, if you're using the train, it's because you gotta go to important places to do important things. You know, you might be going to work, going to get into your job, or you might be having a date with a special someone, you feel me? But with that said, you can't show up looking like a bum. Lucky for us, the brand that I'm wearing right now, Essentials, is having a massive launch this Saturday, March 20th. This is a signature bamboo shirt that is a soft, durable, and overall high quality shirt. Literally, when I tell you that when I put this shirt on, I feel like I gained 5 pounds, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, it really accentuates my muscles, you feel me? Like, my arms, it's just a great fit. Hold on, let me bring you down a little bit, you feel me? But it doesn't stop there. The pants that I'm wearing right now, also Essentials. And these are the performance dress pants. Basically, like, they're meant to look like dress pants, but they're like super stretchy. I could literally like move around, like, it's all good, you feel me? If I had to go work out with these, I would, honestly. They're that non-constricting, like, I could move around and I would feel like I could get it through a whole workout. And they also have handles like this. They give you more of a refined look, you feel me? If you might be going to a meeting, or might be going to something that, you know, you might be going out with your family and stuff like that. And let's say you want to have something more slick, then there's also colors like this. Just a little bit more of a slick type look, you know, a little bit more mature. But let's say that you want to have a little bit more of a relaxed type fit, you know, you just want to chill, you want to have a little bit more of a streetwear type of vibe, then there's also outfits like this. Another outfit provided by Essentials, and let me show you. This is basically their oversized long sleeve shirt. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. I feel like calling them sweats will literally just like be like a disservice to them, because they're so, like, they're more comfortable in sweats, to be honest. And yeah, so as you can see, there's a lot of variety with Essentials, and let me tell you, the quality, man, like, the quality is insane. Like, this, I feel like this outfits, like, each piece I feel like should be over $100-$200 because it feels so good. But fortunately, Essentials provides it for a fraction of the cost and makes them affordable so that you and I can afford them, you know? Having these options are really just something that can elevate my style. It brings me confidence without having to spend $1,000 on my wardrobe. But I got you. If you're interested in picking any of the things that I showed you this Saturday, then I got a code for you. I got code PERES10 to get 10% off your whole order. And I know that the stimulus check is about to hit, so I mean, might as well invest in yourself. And you know, who knows, you might even find the love of your life in the MBTA, you feel me? I don't know. But with that said, let's get into the video. So before we even talk about what it's like to ride on the train, we have to talk about what it's like to get into this train station, because even that is a whole journey, to be honest. But what I mean about this is that there's a couple options on how you can get into the train station. And I don't mean, like, you know, entrances or anything like that. Now, how you get into the train station depends on a couple things. I mean, you can either pay $240 each way to ride the train with a Charlie card that looks like this, or I mean, if you're running kind of low on cash, you're gonna have to finesse it, you feel me? Now I'm not saying that I ever done this. I never done this, right? hypothetically speaking, if you want to finesse it, you know, you gotta wait for someone to go in, and then you go right after them, which is like the easiest way to do it. You feel me? And I think that you can't do this in other places like New York. So basically, how the gate in Boston works is that you basically like, you know, tap the little card, and the two doors just basically open up. So that type of design doesn't allow you to jump over it how they do in New York, because you know that in New York there's just like a little stick that has like the 3 spokes and stuff like that, where you can just like literally hop over it. But in Boston, like I said, you can't do that. There's always a way around it. If you're with a couple of friends and you're the only one who doesn't have a pass, then you know they could pay for it themselves. You can go with them, or if they're already on the other side, they can like, you know, trigger the motion sensor that opens up the gates, because basically when you come out of the station, you don't have to pay to get out, because that would be ridiculous, but it basically opens up by itself. Then boom, you're free to go. But now if you decide to go with the second option, or like, you know, the finesse option, and you get caught lacking, then you know you gotta be ready for 2 scenarios, right? Either instead of paying $240 for the pass, you gotta pay $200 in the fine because you know the boys got you. Or, hey puppy, what you doing? You're not trying to pay, bro? Hey, get him! Shit! Yo, trying to get him, bro. Trying to get him. Hey, puppy! So yeah, you better be ready to hit the jets, because like, bro, they're gonna chase you, bro. But let's say that someone was nice enough to let you through. None of the boys were around. You feel me? None of the MBTA worker who were there to find you and book you and all this other stuff, right? This is what you can expect once you're actually on a train. So depending on the time of day, you will either have a empty train, you know, you will be able to find a seat, like, you know, you're gonna have a nice, relaxed vibe, like, you know, you don't have to worry about nothing, you feel me? You just gotta, you know, get to your destination, that's it. Or you're basically gonna become a sardine in a sardine can, because basically people are gonna come in, they don't care if they have to hop over you, like, it really don't matter, bro. They're just gonna come in, get on a train by any means possible. I'm not even playing, bro. They will yank you out, bro. I had this done to me before. Like, they grabbed me by the book bag and like tried to take me out. So as a piece of advice, this is sometimes you want to avoid if you're planning on using the train. So basically from 6 to 8 a.m., that's when everyone's going to work. You're gonna have someone's armpit on your face and like someone's crotch on your ass, and like it's just not gonna be fine, bro. It's not gonna be fun, you feel me? It's just not gonna be fun. But also from like 3-ish to 5-ish, like around that time, I mean, if you like go like early 3 and like late 5, you might be able to get away with it. But that's usually when people like schools get out and stuff like that, and also people are like starting to get out of work. So that's basically rush hour, you feel me? So you don't want to get caught lacking, and like, you know, make sure that you have like a little bit of extra time. But if you can't, bro, I'm sorry, bro, you're sticking out, like. And not to mention, during these times, bro, someone could easily pickpocket you. Like, someone could, like, you know, they're all up on you, you feel me? They could just go into your pocket and take your phone, take your wallet, bro, like, and then they could just dip. But also during this time, there's always that one selfish ass person, bro, that will literally hold up the whole entire train because they can't get in, you feel me? Like, perhaps the backpack is sticking out of the doors, and then, like, you know, they don't want to get off, bro. They swear, bro, they're like, yo, I'm good, bro, I'm fine, but yo, the doors ain't closing, and like the train isn't about to go. Like, when you're just trying to go home, bro, like literally you had a whole long day at school or at work, and you're just trying to get home, but this person will literally just, like, you know, not give a damn. Like, they would just stay there. And I mean, hopefully someone can push them in or whatever, but they will not get off. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if you can avoid it, just avoid it. So now, let's say you actually were able to get on the train. So here are some things that you need to keep your eye out, you feel me? Everyone has like fallen asleep on the train before. Like, you know, I've done it before. Everyone probably watching this have done it before, you know, like, but if you're a rookie, don't do it. 1, people could rob you, and 2, you don't want to wake up at the end of the line and then like having to turn around because you missed your stop, you feel me? For us, for people who use the train regularly, or like, you know, we've done it before, like, we have like a 6th sense, you feel me? When something ain't right, we don't fall asleep. And also, like, when we know that we're about to approach our like destination, then like a station or 2 before we'll wake up, we will like be like, all right, you know, I know where I'm at. It's basically the same feeling when you're like a little kid and like you're like basically in the back seat of the car, and you take that one turn to basically get to your house, and you know that you're home, you feel me? So that's the same thing, but for the train edition, you feel me? So yeah, don't fall asleep if you're like, you know, not a regular. If you're someone who uses the train occasionally, because like I said, you could get robbed. Like, you know, you don't know, because even though, like I said, you have a 6th sense, still, things could pop off at any moment, you feel me? There be some interesting characters in the trains, you feel me? So you don't wanna fall asleep by any, like, if you can, you know? And trust me, even for the rookies who are like good at it now, we had these things happen to us. We woke up like after like, you know, we passed our station where we had to get off and stuff like that. So we've gone through the pain, and that's how we learn to like, you know, that's how we acquired the sixth sense. But you know, if you don't have to do it, don't do it. But yeah, while we're on the terms of getting caught lacking, always be aware of where you are on the train line, because you can easily just miss your stop, especially like when it's like really full, and especially if you're sitting down and you can't see outside of the windows. You might not know where you are because like, you know, the station is like in front of you, but you know, people are there blocking it. So yeah, make sure that you know where you are, you know, take off your headphones when you're like starting to approach the station, because or else you're just gonna go right through it. Just like be aware of where you are, keep your eyes open, you feel me? And you won't have to take a train back to like wherever you needed to go. Alright, so final and last thing, right? Just like simple. Don't trust what the timer on the stations tell you, because they're lying. Bro, they will say that a train is about to come in 1 minute, but you're standing there for 5, 15, 20 minutes. It's true, maybe the train is about to come, but it's not gonna let you on. Like sometimes like it just stays like right at the entrance of the train station, you feel me? But it won't come through. It's literally at the entrance of the station, but it won't come through for some reason. Like it's just like, you know, they just enjoy making you mad. And don't get me wrong, most of the time the timers are working. Like, you know, you can rely on them, but other times they're unreliable. Feel me? I mean, I know that what I just said doesn't make sense, but that's how the timers are. They just don't make sense, bro. Like, yo, and so as a piece of advice, try to have 15 to 30 minutes of like wiggle room in between, like, you know, your commutes and stuff like that, because who knows? Like, you might be standing there for an hour sometimes. I had that happen before, where like I eventually just took an Uber home because I was like, nah, I'm not about to wait for another hour, you know? But yeah, don't go off by the time. Don't always trust like what the timer says, because if you do, once again, you're gonna be catching L's in Boston. So with that said, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more of these videos, you know, like it up because it helps. Comment, share with a friend, you know, tell a friend, you feel me? And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Peace.